going on? What's going on? You want a pyramid? What's going on? Get some energy in here today. What's going on? Doing the pyramids today. Those who don't know what the pyramid is, shout out to Joshua on YouTube who gave me this routine. I do this a few times a month, but who don't know what the pyramid is, I could show you better than I could tell you. I got about an hour to get this in, so we ain't gonna be doing a lot of talking. We just gonna be working this morning. Try to get in and read a few of them chats. But I do this for motivational purposes, man. Document my journey, motivate, inspire somebody to start theirs or continue theirs. You know what I'm saying? That being said, let's get it. The first round is 1-3-1. The second round is 2-6-2. And the third round is 3-9-3. So we're gonna do 2-3-9-3s to make up for 1-3-1 and 2-6-2. Let's get it. I already jogged a mile, and I ain't really want to do this routine because it got burpees in it. Legs already on fire, but that's why you don't prioritize your cardio over your strength training. Strength train, then cardio. Strength train, then cardio. If you got some left in the tank, then you do your little cardio. Born Sigma, what's up? Spring, appreciate that follow. It's called the pyramid. My toes. Luke 96, what's up? No doubt. That's what we on. Another round of 393. Another round of 393. my legs burnt from jogging that mile, but I had something to do, so I just jogged to it, jogged back, end up getting a mile. But don't prioritize your cardio over strength training. Do not do that. Especially if you're trying to body transformation or body recomp. Don't prioritize your cardio. Now, if you want to just do cardio, do cardio. But we're trying to get gains over here. Yeah, we recomping. So we don't prioritize cardio over strength training. Now, when I was just trying to lose weight, all I did was cardio. When I first started losing weight, all I did was cardio. Then I learned strength training. Because you're going to lose weight regardless if you're in a calorie deficit. So, but you're going to also lose muscle in the cardio. I mean, in a calorie deficit. So you want to strength train so you lose less, as least muscle as possible. That way, when you start back at your maintenance calorie, you already done retained a little muscle and started redefining your body, and then it won't be hard to get them gains once you're back at maintenance. Let's get it. It's 4-12-4. It's 150 rep rounds. 150 rep rounds. Chin up side. This is gonna put me at 2,700 reps this week. $2,750 to be exact. So tomorrow could do something a little light and still get to that 3,000 reps. But I probably do like my Be Relentless routine, another 600 reps. Five, 15, 5 now. 5, 15, 5. It's not one of my tougher routines, but it's tough. Let's put it like this. It's not one of my tougher routines, but it's effective. Get this in a couple of times a week, along with your other routines. In a year, you're going to see results. And you're going to see progress in your reps. You want to see you want to do some strength training and still get you a little cardio, do burpees. Do burpee, one pump burpees. About 25, 50, 100 a day. At least 25. I know the burpees tough, especially the bigger you are, the tougher they are. But at least 25 a day. No excuses. No excuses. Now, we're going to go up again and down twice. Julian, what's up? What does, can anybody tell me what WSG stand for? Demaria, appreciate that. Vanilla, appreciate that follow. King Keys, appreciate that. King Keys, appreciate that follow. Stephen, I'm 52, bro. About to be 53. What's good? Yeah, y'all know I'm old, man. I don't know what be doing with all them abbreviations stand for. Okay. Appreciate that 23. Yeah, y'all know I'm old, man. Damari, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm old, man. No doubt, not old, just seasoned. Yeah, I'm be 53, man. I ain't up on all them, them internet abbreviations. Yeah, but I'm good though. I'm good though. Matter of fact, I'm great. I'm great. I'm just trying to put the EST on the back of great. That's what it is. Let's get it though. Go back up one more round, then down 2 rounds. These 150 rep rounds. Do 3-9-3 twice. We make up for the 1-2-1-3-1 and the 2-6-2. So we do 3-9-3 twice. Julian, what's up with Canada, man? How you feel? How the weather in Canada, Julian? Y'all still got snow on the ground? Who that in the building? That's Luke Oakley. What's good with you, Luke? Just doing the pyramid. Get some reps in. This ain't one of the tough ones, but we grinding though, nevertheless. It was 2 degrees last night. Yeah, we out our 2 degree weather here in Chicago. We in the we fluctuating between the 50 and like 75. I think Monday was down there 80, but today it's gonna be like 55 or something. Yeah, y'all still ice skating out there in Canada. I just did 4. I supposed to be 3, but One more rep ain't gonna hurt. Got about 35 minutes to finish this. I know you've been working them crazy hours, Luke. I did 11 yesterday. About to do 11 today, 6 tomorrow, off Sunday, and another 11 Monday. I was saying the other day on the live, I saw this video. This dude was in the gym, and he was walking around the gym asking everybody how many hours they work a day. A lot of them got confused. They thought he was talking about working out, but he was talking about actual work. And cats was doing 50 hours, 60 hours, a few on 40, a few on 30, some on 70. And then he turned the camera to himself and pointed at us and said, "What's your excuse?" So the point of that was, if they could get up and do 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-hour work weeks, what's your excuse for not working out? They were still in the gym, but they doing 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 work weeks and still going in the gym getting an hour or two in. No excuses. Matter of fact, the next day after I saw that, you know how you be most days you don't feel like doing this shit. But the day after I seen that video, I was motivated. I'm like, yeah, ain't no excuses. Let's get this shit. Come on. All you really need is 15, 20 minutes. Get you something real nice in. Do your 5 pulls, 10 pushes, 10 squats, 10 rounds, 20 minutes. If you're a beginner, it might take you 30, but that ain't bad. Of course, going to work, you take care of yourself, right? That's self-care. Going to work, make sure you got clothes on your back, food in your stomach, roof over your head. But for us, dads and fathers and husbands, men with families, we usually do it for them. Of course, for ourselves, but it be for them. We go out, provide for them. We go hunt to provide for them, right? So you can't take a few minutes out the day just for you personally. Just for you personally. You want to be healthy too, right? You want to be able to play with the kids, run outside, play with the kids. For me, it's grandkids. You want to still be able to keep up with the grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, be faster than they little asses. You know what I'm saying? You wear them out. They don't wear you out. You wear them out. Oh yeah, Luke, by the way, what that push-up count looking like now? Should have went up a few reps at least 42, 43 by now. Oh, y'all had some 70 days. Okay, that's what's up, Julie. Luke say, Luke say, Luke say, uh, Luke say, work never stops as we blur the lines between work and work. Yeah, that beat depression too. All you cats out here depressed. Demaria, Demaria say, I'm off this weekend. Hallelujah. Ain't no off days, Demaria. Even on the off days, we still working. Yeah, ain't no off days. Even on the off days, we working. Yeah, when I say I'm off, that ain't really mean I'm off. I probably, if I ain't got something to do around the house, I'm running for the house or running for the shop. And then on top of that, I'm getting some training in. Usually Sundays be my high volume days. Like Luke just said, it's just work in between work, blurry line, man. Really ain't no off days, tell you the truth. Shit don't stop, man. When you got responsibilities, you ain't really never got no off days. I ain't got time to sit around and play the game for 6, 8 hours a day. If you doing that and you ain't streaming that shit getting paid, you broke as fuck. I barely have time to sit back and watch a full movie. It used to take me and my wife about 3, 4 days to watch one full movie. You know what I'm saying? Cause I be eating, watching the movie, and fuck around, fall asleep. And first, as soon as I'm finished eating, about 20 minutes, I'm asleep. And that's like an hour and a half movie. You know, they don't make 2 hour movies no more. You know what I'm saying? They figure they could lower the budget, make an hour and a half movie, and make the same money. But now the profit's bigger. Because they cut out 30 minutes of scenes. He'd say, when I was a child, I thought as a child. But when I came man, I put those childish things away. Yeah, people think they grown when they turn 18 or 21. That ain't always the case. I always ask my kids, Well, I used to ask, what make you grown? They be like, when you're 21 and this and that. Nah, your mind, your mental. When you put them childish things away, that's when you grown. Still, if you 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, still doing that shit you did when you was 15 to 25 years old, yeah, you still a child. Truth hurts. If that shit hurts you, it's just the truth. That's all. Now, ain't nothing wrong with having a little fun, enjoying yourself a little bit, enjoying the fruits of your labor a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong, but that shit shouldn't consume the majority of the hours of your day every day. It's cats that spend 40, 50, 60 hours playing a game a week while we out here busting our ass, getting to that money, man. Yeah, and that shouldn't. That's what separate the men from the boys. That separate the stars from the superstars. You know what I'm saying? That's the separation right there. Ain't nothing wrong with enjoying yourself a little bit. But hey, go watch you a game or something. Go watch you a movie. Play the game for a couple of hours or something. But after that, man, it's time to get to it, man. It's time to get to it. Then people want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? Blaming on pointing the finger at everybody like, why they motherfucking pocket short? But you spending all your time bullshit. From Task that said, God is more 100. Appreciate that, Luke. 96. The most 10 of the chin. Mindset. What you prioritize. No doubt. You already know, Julie. You already know. Yeah. Appreciate them roses. Yeah. Self-control, discipline, accountability. Luke, Luke, Luke Oakley say self-control, discipline, accountability. Yeah. That's the biggest problem of it all though, Luke. People don't be holding themselves accountable. They too busy pointing. My mama fault. My daddy, I ain't had no daddy. My daddy fault. I ain't had no food on the table when I was young. I lived with rats and roaches. Yeah, me too, nigga. You gotta pull yourself up out of that shit. No motherfucking excuses. Pardon my language. I don't like to use that word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Pull yourself up out of that shit. Quit crying, pointing the finger at somebody. Motherfucker. They said lace up your bootstraps. You better. What you gonna do? Just stick you poke your lips out and not lace up your bootstraps? Be like, I ain't doing it because they told me to lace up my bootstrap. Want somebody to give you something. Ain't nobody gonna give you shit. You better go get it. And you ain't gotta do nothing illegal either. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta do nothing illegal. You could do that shit all legal and just walk that shit out and be patient. You'll get there. Everybody want that shit overnight. And what overnight get your ass dead or in jail? We going down 2 rounds. Luke 96 say you could do about 10 chin-ups. That means if you could do 10 chin-ups straight, you definitely could do 5 pull-ups straight. In Luke 96, don't worry about your form too much. As you get stronger, your form will get better. Focus on control. You know what I'm saying? Don't even focus on trying to get your chin over the bar. You know what I'm saying? You'll get there. Just focus on control first, especially in this century. 3 negatives, 3 negatives in the eccentric for 10 rounds is better than you get more activation in your muscles than 10 yanks for 10 rounds. I promise you. So like I could get 20 pulls. I could get 20 pulls straight. But if I was to do it in a slight negative and eccentric, I probably can only get about 9, 10 or most. You know what I'm saying? Get more bang for your buck in the negative and eccentric. But I don't do them all the time, but I try to get some in a few times a month. But definitely, you get more bang for your buck in the eccentric and the negative and eccentric. And if you're doing negatives eccentric, you want to do a full stretch. A full stretch. I ain't got nothing against shorties and stuff like that, but you ain't really getting your bang for your buck doing negatives with shorties. You want that full stretch. But I'll tell you this though, whatever you doing, whatever you doing, whether you doing shorties, whether you yanking, whether you doing negatives, results gonna come over time regardless. Results gonna come. I ain't nowhere near where I wanna be, but I guarantee you, you give me 2 more years of this shit, of just mixing all this shit up. 2 more years. The game's gonna be crazy. And a couple of more uh fat loss cuts. Notice I ain't say weight loss cuts. I said fat loss cuts. The stat is gonna be crazy looking. 5 more burpees. I'm finna put these rounds together. It be seeming like it just be a mind game with myself. Seem like it go faster, but it really don't. But at least the fives will be out. 5, 15 fives will be out the way. Julian said, "Hey B, you should give me some game about the restaurant industry." what your profit margin should be, how to keep good employees, stuff like that. Getting in the Navy SEAL burpee squat. Workout today. Navy SEAL burpee squat. That's crazy work. You never know. I might invest into the one. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Uh, I sell so many different things. The profit margin for this might be 3 times over here. Profit margin over here for this might be 5 times. Profit margin over here might just be 1 time. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. I'm getting by. I've been there 9 years, but I still ain't. Me and my wife still ain't gave ourselves a paycheck. And one thing about it, out of every 10 employees, you might find one good one. And guess what? When you find that one good one, especially like in the restaurant biz, when you find that one good one, they probably ain't gonna be around long because they go hard and they good for a reason. So they purpose somewhere else. They gonna be moving on. You know what I'm saying? I done had few great workers, but they was in college, nurses, studying nursing, lawyers, uh, some studying to be physical therapists and stuff like that. Like so, and they was great, man. I wish I could still have them to this day, man. But they had to move on. Then I had some that was real good at first, and they slowed down, and they was on bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I had to get rid of them. But them the bullshit people that come in, go hard for you for a minute, and then they start seeing all the little shortcuts how they could bullshit around and shit like that. But them be the bullshit people, man. So out of every 10, you might find one good, and that's what they ain't gonna stick around, man. You know what I'm saying? And opening a restaurant is one of the hardest business you could do, man. For real, for real. Especially if you start from the mud, because you gonna have to do the job of 4 and 5 people because you ain't gonna have the money to pay all of them to do them different jobs. So you gonna have to take on them jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 5 people. I wish I could clone myself. You know what I'm saying? If I could clone myself, boy, I'd take off. And then my son, I still got my son, but he about to be 20 this year. He's studying to be a real estate agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he gonna be moving on in a minute too. You know what I'm saying? But he my backbone in that boy. Besides my wife, you know what I'm saying? My brother-in-law, and even with my brother-in-law, he got things going on, but um. And he had one of my shops too. It didn't do too well, so we shut it down. But he got other things planned for himself too. So I know he ain't gonna be around too long either. You know what I'm saying? So the people you got there that's going hard for you, you know what I'm saying? You make sure you take care of them. You know what I'm saying? They gonna take care of you, but just know they ain't gonna be around long because you know, they good people. They good employees. They good workers. When good workers they gonna be something. They just there for a season. Then they moving on to the next season. You know what I'm saying? They growing. You know what I'm saying? So man, yeah, you can make some decent money. And location mean a lot too. Location mean a lot. You gotta make sure find you a good location. You know what I'm saying? Cause if you ain't in a good location, man, you mess around and fold out too. But it's gonna take you about 5 to 10 years. They say if you could make it 5 years, you in there, you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? Watch your books. Make sure you keep up with your taxes and shit, cause they come shut your ass down about them fucking taxes. Even though I don't believe we should be paying them, but I don't know how y'all work in Canada, but here they'll come shut your ass down about them taxes. So make sure you keep up with your books and you pay them taxes. You know what I'm saying? And man, that's about all. Restaurant is the hardest thing you could do, man. I promise you it is, man. So much back end work to go with that shit. Other than like a boutique or a shoe store, a clothing store, where all you got to do is wake up, get there 5 minutes before you open, and just unlock the doors. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that in the restaurant. But if you ask me, one of the best places, one of the best businesses you can open up is like a furniture store. The profit margin in a furniture store is like outrageous because the it's the prices of furniture is so inflated. You know what I'm saying? You might spend $2,000 on a couch set, but it only really in reality cost them a couple of $100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could talk all day about that. But and you could come very successful too. But it's on how hard you go. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people just have. You got to understand too. When you start from the mud and you opening up your business, you really just creating yourself a job. It's a job. When it all come, people be like, "I'm a business owner, business owner." You really just creating yourself a job. Yourself a job. You're working for yourself. That's why people like, "You got your own business." I be like, "Nah, I just created myself a job. That's it." And matter of fact, you're gonna work harder when you create yourself your own job. People like, "But well, at least you working for yourself." They just don't be knowing how hard you fucking work. And it's just like with training. You gotta be consistent. You got when you say you're gonna be open, you go and what time you gonna be open and what time you gonna close. All that shit gotta be on point. Say you're gonna open at 9 in the morning, close at 5. That's what time you gotta be open. That's what time you gotta close because you know why? People gonna show up and you ain't open. Some days you are, some days you not. You know what they gonna do? They gonna stop coming because they tired of coming up there, wasting their gas, wasting their time, and you not even open. So you got to be consistent with that too. You know what I'm saying? Consistency key for real. Just like with training, you don't be consistent. Don't expect no results. You got to be ready to give it all you got. You're gonna have to be ready to dig deep, just like training. You're gonna have to be ready to dig deep and pull some shit out of you ain't even know you had. It's gonna be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, literally. It's gonna be days you're gonna feel like giving up. It's gonna be days you're gonna feel like quitting. You're gonna be sitting around passing out paychecks to all your employees, and then the little money that's left, it go on stock, and you go home. You trying to figure out how you gonna keep your lights on at the house. You're gonna try to figure out how you gonna keep your gas on at the house. You're gonna try to figure out how you gonna keep the roof over the head at the house, let alone the lights, gas, and the roof at your business. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you this: prioritize the business first, like strength training. The house is cardio. Whatever you got left, you put it in the house. You know what I'm saying? You maintain that business because if nothing, you might lose the house, but you still got the business. So go sleep at the business. Go sleep in the back of the store at the business. I got, I got something for you to listen to. His name Les Brown. He on YouTube, a black dude named Les Brown. He got a speech about the Chinese bamboo tree. Go listen to that, man. It was so many days in the first few years that I felt like giving up and quitting, man. You know what I'm saying? So many days, man. I'm paying out people. You know what I'm saying? Uh, they on social media showing themselves on vacations. They out partying on the weekend. They taking pictures, kicking it, spending the money. I know I paid them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money, and I'm working. When they call off or they go on vacation, I gotta carry that weight. You know what I'm saying? If somebody gets sick, I can't afford to get sick. I can't afford to injure myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford to cut myself. I can't afford to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? But you got to take all the good with the bad. You got to take it all. Real talk. You got to take all the good with the bad. That's part of the game. And you want to make sure, well, at least here in America, you want to make sure somebody's still working in the house. Like my wife, she still got a job. So that's how we do. She keep that for insurance purposes, medical insurance purposes, dental insurance purposes. Because when you got your own business, you gotta pay for your own medical insurance, your own dental insurance. It's a lot of little shit to go along with the game, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, people be making it sweet, like it's sweet having your own demo. It might, and then you got to look at it too. You might reap a little benefits of your labor, but for the most part, you got to look at it like this is not really for me. This for my children, children. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you get on it real young, like I be telling my children, hey, y'all can that being a child is vain, man. I promise you it is, because you feel like you're supposed to be bullshitting, playing, having fun all the time, and when in reality you're supposed to be grinding hard as shit. That's when you got all the energy in the world. That's when you're supposed to be at your strongest. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're supposed to go hard. So when you do turn 30, 40, 50 years old, now you can kick your feet up. So if you could get you a 20-year run in, a 20-year run in, and now you like going to the military at 18 and return when you 38, 40 years old. Now you got a pension and shit. You could go get another job just to relax with. But now you got your feet kicked up. You done paid your house off and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no credit debt, you paid all that shit off and shit. Now you kick your feet up, you know what I'm saying? But we be wanting the bullshit when we young, like I did. So I learned from my lessons, and I try to teach my kids better, my children better. Like, look, man, go hard now, so later on you could chill. But we be feeling like when we between 18 and 25 that we could just bullshit and bullshit. But guess what? Life gonna catch up with you. So you could go hard now when you young, or you gonna go hard later when you older, or you just gonna be a bum motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I go hard as hell. Don't nobody go harder than me in my circle. Nobody. Nobody. I lead by example because most people they don't they don't learn. They learn from what they see. You know what I'm saying? So I be about it more than I talk about it. Get you a good accountant, get you a good lawyer, and stay on top of your books. And you just grind that shit out. I'm still working hard as hell 9 years later. It been days where I work from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. and putting in 3, 4 hours before I even open, doing 16 hours a day for 3 and 4 months straight, every day, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready for that. Me, I wasn't ready, so that's what made it be. It was days where I felt like quitting, but you know what I'm saying? I adjusted to it and I went hard. But I'm different. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got it in them. You just got to dig down and get that, pull that shit out. And everybody don't do that. That's why it's always gonna be. It's always gonna be workers. Always gonna be bosses. Cause everybody don't pull that shit up out of themselves. You know what I'm saying? We all got it in us, man. We all got it in us. You just got to pull it out. And don't get me wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with working a regular 9 to 5 job. You ain't got to worry about the back end or nothing. All you just worry about getting your check. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing at all. As long as you maintain it and you comfortable. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because that's the same thing we do when we open a business. We just creating ourselves a job and maintaining and making sure we comfortable. And, a few people blow it up and become real successful with it. Me, all I'm trying to do is really maintain. I got other things in the works when it comes to my business, trying to, you know, like as far as like franchising, putting a little bit of things that I got going on in the shop, put it in grocery stores and shit like that. So I got a little stuff in the works, but for the for the for the meanwhile, I'm just trying to maintain and be comfortable, man. And if something like that blow up, then it blow up. Even if it don't blow up for me, it blow up. I'm gone, and it blow up for my children. That's good too. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I ain't no selfish person. I ain't no greedy ass person. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody around me to eat. Oh yeah, another thing. You're gonna lose a lot of friends too. You're gonna lose a lot of what we're gonna call them so-called friends. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find out some people that you thought loved the shit out of you, even family members. They're gonna start hating on you. They're gonna start hating on you because they see you going hard, and they and people on the other side of the counter think everybody on this side of the counter is just filthy rich. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the beggars, people coming, still playing like they're not envious and jealous of you with their hands out. You gotta watch them. It's a lot of little backstabbing shit you gotta watch too. But you definitely gonna get some hate. You know what I'm saying? Because you jumping out of the ordinary. So they gonna look at it like, oh, he think he better than me. But really, you just trying to be better than your old you. You ain't trying to be better than nobody. But that's how they gonna look at you though. You definitely gonna get some hate. But that come along with the game. You're gonna lose some people, people gonna fall off. You're gonna have some crabs in the barrel. They're gonna be trying to pull you down. All type of little shit. But that come along with the game. I got cats be like, man, call like, man, you don't want to hang out, you don't want to kick. Tired, man. Oh, he acting funny. I ain't acting funny. You know what I'm saying? I work hard as hell. When I get a chance to sit down, I want to sit down. I don't feel like hanging out. And if I do muster up enough energy to hang out, I'm gonna do that with my wife. Real talk. That's what I mean by putting them childish things away, man. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Just to sit around and bullshit. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna take me a nap. I got clothes and shoes from years. I done bought years ago. 3, 4, 5 years ago. Still got tags on, never worn. You know what I'm saying? I got clothes when I was a 2X that I be giving away and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I can't fit that shit no more. And I never worn. So yeah, gang clothes, jackets, jewelry, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to get dressed and go out sometime and stun a little bit, enjoy the fruits of my labor. I be so damn tired though. I just be wanting to sit on my ass. I be like, fuck that shit. I got a 72 Chevelle. I've been working on that boy for 3 years now. Anybody else would have rushed to got that shit done so they could just ride and slide and bullshit. I ain't. I just take my time with it. I probably, when I do finally finish with it, I probably only pull it out a couple of times a year, man. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, I could get past this point where, and I ain't got to work so hard, and I won't be so drained where I can enjoy a little bit more fruits of my labor. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. That's the goal. My wife in a meeting right now. My wife in a meeting right now, trying to make something happen so we can rest a little bit better. But yeah. And then you gotta have a strong support system around you, man. My wife and my kids, man, man, wasn't no better support system than that. You gotta have your strong support system around you too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to carry their weight too. But no, you're gonna need some people dedicating everything they got with you too. Cause you can't do that shit by yourself. Definitely not no restaurant. And don't go in partnership with nobody, especially family and friends. Cause that money ruin relationships, man. So don't go in partnership. Hey, do that shit by yourself with with your little support system behind you, and that's it. All that partnership. Put some. Let me put money into your bid. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Do that shit on your own. And don't go into debt opening a business. You know what I'm saying? You working, you save you up some money, you keep working, keep working, keep working. Put money aside, put money aside, put money aside, like a restaurant. Buy you a few cabinets, buy you a few tables, buy you a few burners, little by little. You just putting this shit in storage, putting it in storage now, buying it little by little, because what you doing is you investing in your business before it even open. So you ain't getting no loans, right? But if you do get a loan, what if the business fold? You know what I'm saying? You still owe that money. But if you do it slowly and just buy stuff little by little, you know what I'm saying? Uh, if it fold, you can just take all that stuff that you bought and sell it. You know what I'm saying? At least you recoup some of your money back. You know what I'm saying? But if you go get you, I know people all the time go get loans, big ass loans, and open a business, and a year later the business closed, and they still owe that fucking money. So don't go into debt trying to open a business. That is not how you do it. You get that shit from the mud, and you grind that shit out, and you fucking be patient. In 9 years, my shop been open. I never called off, and I never been late. Never called off, never been late. I always lead by example. And remember, some days you're gonna have to do the job of not only them 5 people on the back end, but you're gonna have to do the job of 2 or 3 people on the front end because they done called off or they late. You know what I'm saying? So don't depend on nobody because they'll let you down. Don't depend on nobody. Always expect the unexpected. Always expect the unexpected. I'm gonna say that one more time. Always expect the unexpected because the average person gonna let you down every time. Especially in the restaurant business, because the most people you're gonna hire gonna be young people. And most young people bullshitters. So every day you gotta expect that call. I don't feel good, I ain't gonna be able to make it today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm being a little late. You know what I'm saying? Every day you better expect that call, because you're gonna get it. Just about every other day. The more employees you got, the more you're gonna get that call. And I used to work for Chicago Transit Authority. I used to drive the bus. You know what I'm saying? People used to call that a career job, a retirement job. Sometimes when I first opened, I wish I had never quit. So before you turn in the papers, make sure this really what you want to do, man. Make sure this really what you want to do. And just because you see somebody prospering in something, don't mean you're prospering. I done seen a lot of people try to copy what we do and straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't for everybody. You find out what works for you. It might not be a restaurant. It might be a hardware store. It might be. I know this guy father who was uh uh had a hardware store. He's very successful with it. You know what I'm saying? But his son didn't want to do that. But I'm just saying, you got to find out. It could be a grocery store. It could be a mechanic shop. You hey, you could go get your own trade, become a plumber, electrician, something like that, and make great money. You know what I'm saying? Working for yourself. You might have to go work for a company for a little bit to maintain, and then you start buying you tools little by little, little by little, little by little. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, pop out with your own plumbing business. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm doing, it's supposed to be three. I know a guy that worked on cars out of his garage for over 30 years. We used to call him Pops. Very successful. And bought property and all type of shit just from working on cars out of his garage at his house. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not about how much money you. Not really about how much money you make. It's about how much money you spend out of what you make. It's about money management. Yeah, yeah. You got to be disciplined with your money too. You know what I'm saying? You got to buy stock. You can't take that shit and go on vacation because you ain't gonna have no stock. You got to keep doubling up, keep doubling up, keep doubling up, keep doubling up. And as the years go by, you could still be doubling up. But as you're doubling up, you're putting a little bit away, putting a little bit away, putting a little bit away, putting a little bit away. And always invest back into your shit. Always expand your menu. Always expand your space, man. Always. That's what I did. I started off with a little 900 square foot shop, and it turned to expand into an 1,800 foot shop. I got the one next door to me, knocked the walls down. Now I'm about to buy the whole commercial property, and there's still another unit over there that's already occupied. You know what I'm saying? And I'm about a whole commercial property, cash money. You know what I'm saying? All I'm gonna have to worry about is the taxes. So now the overhead for rent is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like they said with McDonald's. McDonald's not into they not a burger spot. They into real estate. They not into restaurant shit. They into real estate. People who own McDonald's own the property and they pay rent to McDonald's every month. You know what I'm saying? Every McDonald's you see, McDonald's own that property. And the owner of that McDonald's pay rent on top of the franchise fee at the beginning. Then they pay the rent every month, and they get a certain percentage of all profits. It probably be real small, like 5, 6%. You know what I'm saying? So they paying McDonald's 5, 6% a month on all profits, plus rent, and plus that wherever you located at, however much they charging for the franchise fee, which might be a few 100,000 right off top. You know what I'm saying? Right off top, they getting a few $100,000, and they just that's what it costs to build the property on the land they bought, and they bought a vacant lot. You know what I'm saying? That cost really probably pennies on the dollar, and then they built built the building that the person finna own that got their name McDonald's on it. The person finna own. They built the building with the franchise fee from the person. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's how McDonald's is a $1 trillion corporation. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But man, I gotta get up out of here. We got that work in, and we dropped a little game. But I could talk about that shit all day, real talk. I'm gonna read a little bit of this, Julie. You 75, Mataja, age ain't nothing but a number, no doubt. Les Brown, L-E-S, L-E-S Brown, Les Brown, the Chinese bamboo tree. Listen to that. Yeah, they gonna call you crazy. Yup, yup. Hell yeah. You don't start no business with no loan. Expect the unexpected. Yes, sir. Money management, so true. Location, low overhead, minimize expenses, maximize profits, focus on people, people management, time management, quality over quantity. Definitely. Lead by example. And that's another thing too. That you hit it right on the head, Luke. He said people management. If you in a restaurant, you gotta make sure your employees and yourself got great customer service. Customer service gonna keep your people coming in. They gonna defend you. I had this lady come in my shop one day, and she didn't. I served ground turkey. She thought it was ground beef. She don't like ground turkey, so she gonna go on social media and say. She said something like, "Cause there's no refund." So she said something like, uh, "They." She said something. She said something negative, but all I know is them people on Facebook. Our people on Facebook, our customers, I got like 12,000 followers on Facebook for my shop. Man, my people went on in her comments and man, they was on her ass. They was on her ass so hard that she deleted her fucking whole account. Like she deleted her whole, not just the post. She deleted the whole account. I'm talking about people was in there threatening everything, man. So make sure your people love you. They gonna stand up for you and they gonna be loyal to you, man. For real, for real. And another thing he said is time, man. You gotta prioritize your time like I'm trying to right now. I'm about to be late. And then quality. What I had to do is because it's a lot of restaurants around me. So when I go to like the wholesale place, I used to notice everybody be going to the bottom shelf grabbing all their stuff from the bottom shelf. You know what I started doing? I started grabbing my stuff from the top shelf, quality stuff. And I started selling my stuff cheaper. I cut my prices. I went to all the local restaurants around me, looked at their prices and stuff, and I got under their prices, and I had better quality food and products. So, man, and that's how I took off, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to keep the quality there and pay your taxes for sure. Yup, you the face. Deleted her whole account, man. They went. I'm talking about people was threatening her life, man. It was crazy. It was crazy. I don't promote that, but I'm just saying, you know how the internet is, man. But our people, man, our people, they love the shit out of us, man. They love the shit out of. I got to get that to my wife, my daughter, and my son, and my brother-in-law. Cause me, you know, I'm the grouch. I'm the meme. I'm in the background. I be in the back. I gotta, cause I cut up on them. Y'all know how I get on here sometimes. So y'all know how I am in person, man. I cut up. So when they be coming, they have to like let us. We got this. We got this. They'll go handle it. You know what I'm saying? But I got a lot of people that love me too because I give so much. You know what I'm saying? Man, I buy bikes for kids, shoes for kids, electric scooters, all type of stuff. Man, I'm always doing something, man, for people, man. You know, people come to me and be like, "Mr. B, I'm short on my rent, man. Could you give me few $100 and shit like that, man. I'm always looking out for people. I show love, man. It'll be cats coming to me, man. I know you don't promote illegal bullshit, but man, I did some bullshit, man. I need to pay for a lawyer because you give me a couple of dollars. I'm always looking out for people, but I'm stern though. I'm not taking no bullshit from people. So when it comes to that type of like, I let my wife and daughter and my son handle that shit. But you know what I'm saying. But somebody need that little stern pep talk. I definitely step up to the plate for real. Hey man, but I got to get out of here, man. We talking about time management, man. I got about 45 minutes to get to this shop, and it take me about 35 minutes. That's another thing. Always give yourself a little room. You know what I'm saying? Always give yourself a little room just in case, because you never know what happened. You might catch a flat. You might have to change a tire. You know what I'm saying? So always give yourself 15, 20 minutes room, man. Traffic might be bad. You might get stuck in traffic. Might be an accident. Always give yourself some room, man. So you know what I'm saying? Because you never know what can happen. Always expect the unexpected. That being said, one love to the lovers, one thing to the haters. Glory be to God. We do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We all have a great day. Faith without works is dead. Man don't work, man don't eat. Hey, Luke, Julian, we're going to continue this conversation at a later date. Maybe tomorrow, man. I got to go tomorrow. I promise I'm going to have more time, man. So we continue this conversation later, man. Great dialogue, man. I love you, brothers, man. No doubt, Luke. No doubt. No doubt, Julian. Take your time with it though. No loans. No loans. We out.